This is AV SuperFriends Perspectives, a collection of interviews, discussions, and presentations from conferences, trade shows, and events that just don't fit either of the other two shows. Some are long, some are short, but they'll all have valuable insights, useful information, or just good conversation with thought leaders and subject matter experts. And now, the AV SuperFriends.
All right, well, we are here at Northwest Met 2025, and as we're wandering the floor, we figured we're going to stop by and look at TEKVOX. I know what TEKVOX is.
And I
Mark
said,
and Larry,
what is this
not
crazy
so much.
TEKVOX? And
Kind of some
said, well, if you
intriguing,
don't know, we're going to go find out.
So, yeah, Josh, lead us through it. I would say give us the whole thing, but you guys have a really interesting approach to, like, classroom and conference room builds, which I think is very intriguing. So,
Sure.
Yeah, fire away.
Yeah, so usually the question I get is, what is TEKVOX and why haven't I never heard of you?
What is TEKVOX and why have I never heard of it?
Great. So I've been around about 20 years. Higher education has actually been our main focus since we've been around. But to kind of cut to it, the main thing that kind of differentiates us, we do control systems, switching like a lot of the other manufacturers out there.
Okay.
But we kind of take a holistic approach with the drop-in aspect. So we kind of do a full pre-programmed, fully built and tested, full classroom or conference room at our factory in New Braunfels. Everything is sent out with full schematic details, installation guides. Okay. And I know it's like cliche, but it really is a plug-and-play classroom in a box. And the integrator or the customer provides the projector, display, and essentially for most classrooms, we provide everything else.
You guys are putting together the other Lego block bricks prefab. So Chris was kind of telling me that like this may be a really good solution for folks that maybe don't have large scale deployment teams.
Correct.
Or in Chris's situation where he has campuses that are like days away.
It takes 4 days to get to that
subject matter
campus.
expertise. So this is like, we're going to build you the satellite, launch it, and just boom, it just deploys and goes, and just follow the instructions, and you're off and running.
That is 100% correct.
It's fascinating.
Yeah, because a lot of universities either satellite campuses or they have smaller staff. Even some of our customers, well, we work through partners a lot, but some of our customers do have the staff, but they just don't have the time.
Right.
And so they have spaces that we kind of fit perfect in, and what we provide and how we do it and how we deliver it. And one of the things I always like to say is that it's not like, even though we program the system and the control, it's not like we hold on to it. You have access to it. It's free training tools. You can go in and configure, modify things. Yeah. It's just we kind of take a lot of the upfront legwork.
So would you say it's less about the stuff overall and more about just the holistic experience you guys are kind of doing? Because it's not about selling the boxes. It's really about almost as a service where you're getting these configured ecosystems that match your use case. We're going to drop them in for you, literally drop in AV, deploy it, and reduce that whole complexity of labor and all that, just kind of make it turnkey and easy, ready to go.
Yeah, for sure. So it's almost more about the procurement vehicle and how you purchase. Obviously, we have cool components and Dante and USB-C and switching and all the good stuff. But we kind of alleviate a lot of that because, I mean, it's kind of everywhere, right? It's how can we make y'all's life easier, deploy faster, budget faster, help you standardize. But we still play with others and the buy-ins and the Dantes and all that stuff. So
I think it's an element of scale.
Well, and one of the interesting things is, because I guess bit of background, Josh and I have been working together for about a year or so on a couple of projects for my remote campuses because they just don't have the staffing. There's the one IT guy who runs everything, and so this is a great solution for that. But what's interesting to me is as we look through that, I can match capabilities to what I'm doing on main campus in a completely different ecosystem. So to the person who goes in to teach, it's the same, and then components that TEKVOX doesn't have as part of their system, they're off the shelf kind of, it's an Epson projector, it's a Yamaha ceiling microphone, it's like all these things that you're used to working with for other things. So it's a lot, in some senses, the same components that you'd be using in another ecosystem to fill in not the gaps, but to like maybe add those bells and whistles to the core TEKVOX components. And so that user experience and the student experience is now pretty much the same. So it's a really intriguing, system. So
right, and that's that lifetime value of the system. So we have lifetime software warranty. If there's ever a bug in the system, it's up to us to fix it, no cost. So, and the beauty of that is, if it's 2042, it sounds weird. But if you reach out to us, we know exactly what was put in Classroom 105 in building engineering. We know how to help you. Versus, like, I know we got a switcher. Well, who knows what's going to be in there?
Yeah, it could be anything
by then. But we can help you. You know exactly what's in there.
So are you doing I'm going to say the terms, and it may sound like blasphemy. Are you doing kind of the full as a service model? Like, can I build a segment of spaces, go to TEKVOX, say I'm going to do 10 rooms, I have this highly flexible building, and then in 2 years I'm going to change them, and I'm going to want TEKVOX to come back out and swap it all back out and create something different? And like, almost can I get all this without necessarily owning it in a weird way? Is there a true as-a-service model here, potentially?
That is on the roadmap for sure.
Because I could see that becoming really valuable for some of these schools that maybe don't have the deeper pockets to be able to go in and have the labor and staffing to deploy this, and want to create high flexible spaces, but need to almost do it on demand. To be able to surge that in, surge it out, and kind of meet those needs without having to commit millions of dollars to all this stuff. And I think this is the as a service play, and I hate using those words specifically, but being able to drop in AV, like you're saying, and then almost be agile enough to move it when the time comes is really valuable for people as they look at like the budget constraints.
Yep. Agreed. And we partnered with, I'm sure everyone's familiar with maybe Excite by now. We partnered with them when they started kind of coming on the scene, because number one, we're working with them on our next generation enterprise single pane of glass management system to do that. And the difference there is that you'll be able to actually, versus just having that device connected, you actually have the full system. Of course, they have the open APIs now that they're working on. But that was one of the first things we started working with them on as well, is that full room service as a model, so that 2 years later, swap it out, whatever, versus just swapping out a switcher or things like that.
Right.
But yeah.
Well, and kind of to your point about modularity or future upgradability maybe or something like that, I mean, a lot of the components that I've been looking at as we look through what we can do with your systems is like there's a ceiling box sort of thing, and so you could take the stuff out of there and swap it out. So a lot of the infrastructure would stay in place.
Correct.
Yeah.
So you change out some endpoints, change some things, and you could add or remove capability as needed. I mean, it's an intriguing model to me. So
yeah, correct. And a lot of our customers are just that, right? They got the same ceiling box. Obviously, they've updated the amp. They got the same infrastructure in place, but once the switching is updated, maybe the same HD-based cabling is used. It's still under warranty. It's still certified. It's still it works out very well for budget purposes as well.
And one thing you haven't mentioned, I know you do, and I'll let you talk about, is like you work on like the touch panel GUIs to match campuses. Yes. So it looks the same, acts the same, behaves the same, but just so again, it's kind of that same experience to someone coming in to use that room.
Yep, same user experience. If you had a crush on or whatever else, we put the same look and feel on it. If you want to change it, we can change it. You can change it. Just keep it simple. To be honest,
the experience stays the same.
Experience stays the same.
Yeah, it's all the same,
and that's what matters to the instructors. Now, from the support side, what's that look like? I'm at a small, community college. It's just me and one other person. It's me and just Larry. We work there, and we're responsible for all the PC deployments and all these weird classrooms. I don't really know them. This thing's not working right. I call you guys. What's that look like?
Yeah, I mean, we remote in, hop in, and help you troubleshoot. We're not, tier 1. We're more like tier 2.
Sure.
Of course, but that's kind of our bread and butter. Support@tekvox.com is our most popular email address because we really do support you, the customer, directly whenever it's needed. So whether it's a call, it's an email, and again, the ease of that is because we can go in and say, we know exactly how your whole classroom works. We're not just trying to diagnose your amp or your switcher or your microphone. We can help you fix the whole classroom, get it up and running.
Which is just kind of from a standpoint of those like I keep coming back to the remote locations where it's just the one person trying to watch everything from printers all the way on up to the projectors. And they're like, I can do printers and stuff, but I don't know what's going on with this projector, and they get that all figured out.
You get a trusted partner and a trusted build and an ecosystem that can be supported and is kind of built to match your experience, and without having to like have this staff of X amount of people to keep it all running. It's just being able to leverage that and scale, I think, is amazing.
Yep. So we make scale very simple.
No, this is very cool stuff. I really like this. So.
Yeah, we're on like our, I want to say, 7th generation, like switching and drop in. So we've been doing it a while.
Cool.
For sure. So.
Awesome. Well, if people wanted to learn more, be able to get a hold of you, what's the best way they can kind of go out and learn more about TEKVOX?
Definitely the website, tekvox.com, tekvox.com. You can email me, Joshua, Joshua, at tekvox.com. I'm on LinkedIn, TikTok at night. That's about it.
Do you have TikTok videos of people building these things?
Actually, that would be cool.
That would be really cool.
On the roadmap.
On the roadmap. Well, all right. Well, awesome. But thanks for taking some time and kind of walking us through this. It was something new for me. Appreciate it.
No problem. Appreciate y'all.
Well, that wraps up another episode of AV SuperFriends Perspectives. If you have a perspective to share, you can contact us with questions, topic ideas, or general complaints at mailbag@avsuperfriends.com.
Nice work, everyone. Sharp broadcast. Really good. Everyone on the floor as well. Really a lot of hustle. I liked it.
The opinions expressed by the AV SuperFriends are solely those of the individuals and do not represent their respective institutions, organizations, companies, or clients.